This is a quick video on how I shoot my light toy videos and get the tracers that I like. First, you want to start off by filming in an area where your levels are balanced so the light is the brightest thing in the room. So over here I have these bright overhead lights. I'm going to turn those off and turn this little mirror light on, and let's turn that down, and we can turn it down, and you want to see the room become a nice gray like that. And now this is one of the brightest things except for the lights themselves. This is especially important if you don't have a newer phone or phone with a really good camera. I upgraded to the iPhone 12 from a 6S, and I had a really hard time using an older phone to get good levels. So, but it's still worth doing even if you do have a good phone, because you'll see what it does in post. So I'm going to move this around a bit. We're going to start by bringing the video into DaVinci Resolve, but apparently I need to have an .mov codec installed on this computer, and it costs $1. So I'm actually going to convert this MOV file into an MP4 and then work with it that way. The first converter service didn't work, so I tried a different one. And are we downloading? We're downloaded. Okay, so let's do show in folder. We'll pull up DaVinci Resolve. Now DaVinci Resolve is free, so you don't need to worry about paying for it. So all this is free, which is great. Drop it in your timeline. And this is to change the frame rate in project settings. You want to hit change so it matches your video. Go in here. Okay. We got it in there. What's the first thing we want to do? The first thing we want to do is stretch this out. If you're familiar with Premiere, this program might feel a little clunky. So I think we need to go to the edit pane. And what I'm going to do is do add track, copy. I think I need to select it that way with the clicking on the thing. Paste. Nope, that didn't do it either. And let's zoom out all the way. Yeah, so we've got like a little ghost there. Okay. Drag it that way. Yeah, something's not right. There we go. Okay. So now we want to zoom in all the way. Grab our little bar here and go all the way to the left. And we want to turn off the snap. And then what that will allow us to do is shift this one over. Now we're going to move the bar to here. We're going to disable, what is this? Disable the video on this timeline. And then we're going to go to the color pane down here. And hopefully, we need to do this first. Let's go back to edit, zoom out, jump to here where I've got the light toy out so we can see it. Then go to the color pane. And now we can begin to adjust our levels. And this is where having those levels set correct. As you can see, if this was normal, here I'll come back. You want to drop all the lower light sources out. I guess we should keep that like this. We want it to be kind of what it was like before. Because remember, it was a straight line like this. We want something like that. So if we hit play,
camera
This I upgraded to the iPhone 12 from a 6S. I'm going to turn on my speakers because that's annoying as hell. Okay, so now we've got a separated light. Now for the next step. I'm going to pause it and just do it all and have it ready to go. So the next thing you want to do is copy and paste. Like take your video, copy, paste. Oh, make sure your playhead is over a bit. Paste. And you move it up one and over. And then I recommend going in and hitting deleting. Oh, you need to delete the audio. And to delete the audio by itself, you have to hold Alt and click and then press the backspace key. If you press delete, you just apparently delete everything. I don't know. DaVinci Resolve's kind of dumb that way, but it's free, so whatever. And it does have powerful tools, but it's annoying. Then from there, and the video you're copying pasting is the one we edited the levels on. You can copy and paste the levels themselves, as in you can make that color adjustment and you can like actually paste the color adjustment onto a video like as a property, but it's more simple, I think, for most people to understand, to just copy paste the video by itself. Okay, so make sure snap is off still, and we're just going to go 1 frame, 2 frames, 3 frames, and just get all of them over. And then based on how many videos you have, you're going to adjust the opacity of each layer. You're going to set all of their opacity to lighten. And then this is the second video, so we're going to set its opacity to like 85. And then the second video. And you could select all of them and do lighten. That would save you some time. And set that to like 75. And so on. And down all of the videos until you got them all done. Okay, I'm going to pause the video for now. I'll come back once I've got all of it in. Okay, then we're going to go to the deliver pane, and we're going to select our in and out points for where we want the video to render. My computer does not have a solid state hard drive, so it's horrible for video editing, so I pretty much have to do all of it. I just do it all in one clip and export, and that's how I edit my video for now. Let's scroll it over a bit, or let's do this. Let's zoom it out. Okay, so that's right about where. Mark in. Then we go to the end somewhere. Mark out. And for whatever reason, the first time I did this, the format was set on some wacky thing, and then when I changed it, it changed the resolution to the HD. I had to like physically go and check my video size. So right click properties, and it's 720 by 540. I don't understand why it wouldn't be by default the same video settings. Anywho, add to render queue. Now it's up there, and we're gonna hit start render. And it should be going. 2%. All right, I'll check back in a second. I'm using a third-party application to film this video because it allows me, the program's called Filmic Pro. The reason why I use it for the light toy spinning is because it lets me adjust the shutter speed so that I can always know I have the shutter open all the time so the tracers aren't getting cut off. But I filmed this with a funky resolution size of 720 and 540, and you can see this black border here. And that's because the iPhone only lets it save video in 1080 by whatever it is. And so when I imported it. I was wondering why it was exporting a weird border for some reason. And let's go to File, Project Settings. I had to come in and manually type the custom resolution for it to cut off those black borders when I export it. So yeah, but don't do that. Don't film in wacky resolutions. That's a bad idea. But yes, otherwise I do like Filmic Pro a lot. Here are the results. Great tracers. You can reduce the number of delayed frames if you'd like, so that the tracers are shorter or more if they're longer. It creates a nice natural look, and it doesn't affect the background, which is great. A lot of auto tracer effects do make the backgrounds look blurry too, and it only looks natural if only the lights are actually having tracers. So that's why I like this method a lot. This is a DrexFactor video of him spinning the Vision Poi Flow. I'm sorry I'm not doing a screen recording of this because my computer just sucks ass. It's not really fast enough to do screen captures with a traditional disk drive. You sort of need a solid state drive to do screen capture and playback video at the same time. But it looks really good. He uses Final Cut Pro, and Final Cut Pro has a built-in feature, and you can see it's sort of the same thing. It's brighter and it dims down and it overlays on the previous video. He does have a video tutorial series on how to do this, and you can see he's actually using a global shutter camera. So he's using a professional camera, I think. And let's see, this lets you see it really well. These vertical lines through the poi are actually where the shutter is opening and closing. Getting these tracers to look perfect is really hard, and I think this does actually look really good. The only thing I don't like about the Final Cut Pro method is if we look at these pedestrians and on Drex's arms, you'll see they look like ghosty and strange. That's because of the tracer effect isn't selecting for just those highest levels in the way that I do when I pull out only the highest levels and overlay those on by themselves. I'll link this, and also I'll find the video he has of how he edits video, because it's also very informative. Keep in mind, Final Cut Pro does cost $300 at the time of filming this. That's kind of why I made this video in the first place, is I wanted to show people a good free way to add tracers to their flow videos. And I'm sorry this video went on a little long. I just kept finding more and more information I want to put in there, and other examples, I guess, and like things you run into, because DaVinci is a kind of an annoying program to use. I've never used Final Cut. It's much more annoying to use than Premiere. But I hope this video helps some people out to put out better videos. It's when you film your poi, especially light up ones, it just doesn't look the same as it does in real life, and I'm hoping that this video helps other people put out better, cooler stuff for us all to see. And that about ties it up. I hope you all have a great day.